Like those little
There is
green
some
aliens.
magic in there. The little that made
When
me so
he
uncomfortable.
asked Tony Shalhoub, he's like, "Do they look like? Could they be the miners?" And he's like, "Yeah, they look like
Yeah,
4 or
they all
5
look
years
like they're
old." And he's like, "Not miners,
miners. And he's like, "You lost me."
Or they disappear, and Gwen's like, "Let's get out of here before they kill Guy." That's they all expect Guy to die.
Lights, camera, and action. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Remember those childhood movies you loved? We're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Let's get ready to join Anna and Jimmy as they go back and watch those movies you remember being oh so awesomely good. Horror movies that scared. Comedy movies that dared. And action movies so preposterously ludicrous that they defied the laws of common sense. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
All right. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. And today I'm very optimistic over my pick. I have a few bad ones. But today, because I already bought it, and I already bought it in 4K, Galaxy Quest from 1999. What do you remember about Galaxy Quest?
I remember it being ridiculous, but
Yes.
fantastic. Because especially I am a Star Trek fan, so to see this is just amazing. Also,
it's actually called one of the best Star Trek movies.
yeah, it's very Star Trek, and it's amazing because the cast is incredible, and I remember thinking it was very funny. Now, whether or not I still think that, or I'm misremembering that, but I remember thinking it was very funny and very tongue-in-cheek about it, because you have these very disillusioned actors who are known for this like franchise that they worked in. And it happens a lot at conventions. People very often confuse the actor for the character. It's there because you become like these kind of shows become people's comfort shows, and they watch them and they learn everything and they become like super into it. So it's always interesting to see. And then, aliens show up and say, "Hey, we need your help." And the actors are all like, "I guess we could go. Why not?" And so they go and help the aliens.
It's such a stupid, but it's also logical on the whole convention, and then aliens picking up this transmission, thinking these people are real.
Yes.
They're
like, "This is who will save the Earth."
Yeah.
Or save our planet.
And I just remember the cast, and I guess Rainn Wilson and Justin Long are in this in very early roles. But Tim Allen, I remember being perfect as the douchebag William Shatner. Because you remember also who Spock, Leonard Nimoy, went through a period where he just didn't want anything to do with Spock. He just didn't want to do, and then he embraced it again. But Alan Rickman playing it perfectly. Sigourney Weaver thinking that she just saying stuff that makes no fucking sense. Yeah, I remember, and Sam Rockwell, the whole when he has to go down and he realizes he's in a red shirt, and he's like, "No one in a red shirt makes it back."
Oh my God. You know what's hilarious? For years on Star Trek The Next Generation, that held true. Because if there's a second red shirt and you don't know that guy's name, he's dead. He ain't coming back to the ship. Or something's happening to him that's heinous. But then eventually, I think they like really picked up on it, because they started having the other shirts in like Voyager and Deep Space Nine. The other shirts started getting hit, and I was like, "Ooh, we're varying it, keeping us on our toes."
Yeah, but in original Star Trek, It was red shirt. If you're a red
Every
shirt
red
guy,
shirt.
you were a dead man. You're not coming back. You get like, fuck, I'm dying. I don't even have to read the script.
Yeah, you just walk into like wardrobe and you're like, red shirt. Yeah, it was nice while it was going. It was good.
So I'm. What do we think the budget? I'm thinking of around 65 million.
I'd probably give this like 80 million.
Oh, we're both wrong. 45.
Really?
Yeah. What do we think the box office?
Interesting.
I was going to say around 150. I thought it did really well because it was very popular.
I thought it was more of a cult thing.
It might be.
Like it was a later on in life, it found its place.
I think you are right. Yes. Yeah. Worldwide, it made just almost 91 million, and it made 19 internationally and 71.5 domestically. That's not horrible.
But if you put it in the perspective of 1999,
yeah,
because that was when box offices started to get
big,
kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's
so
not
like 70
great.
million, great,
but
70 million objectively great. 70 million in 1999 movies, not super fantastic.
No. Well, it was released on Christmas Day, and it opened at 7th place.
I mean, valid.
It was open any given Sunday, also opened on Christmas Day at 1.
Yeah.
The Talented Mr. Ripley opened the same day, Christmas Day. Stuart Little was in its 2nd week.
Oh, Jesus.
Toy Story 2 was in its 6th week. The Green Mile was in its 3rd. Man on the Moon opened that day as well. That's a lot of movies opening that day. And Galaxy Quest, then followed by Bicentennial Man, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo.
I like how you felt like you had to say Male Gigolo. Like Deuce Bigalow wasn't enough.
And Anna and the King. So, yeah.
Yeah, everything that opened up ahead of this.
Yeah.
Like, that rated higher, valid.
It climbed
All
up
of those movies are incredible.
Yeah, it climbed up to 6th next weekend, then 5th, then back down to 6 for 3 more weekends, then 7 for 2 weekends, and then finally 9, 10, and then gone after 10 weeks. Not gone completely, but off the top 10 for... So
it's a good run.
Yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, the highest it got was 5th place. All right. What do we think for the critics? I think I'm going to say...
I think the critics really liked it.
Yeah. 80? 75, 80?
Yeah. No, not 80. Maybe 70, 75.
All right, Galaxy. Oh, shit. I thought this would be the other way around. 132 user critics ratings comes in at 90%.
God damn.
And over 100,000 user rating comes in at 79%. I thought it would have been the other way around.
It's crazy talk.
So Galaxy Quest is a PG, 1999, comes in at 1 hour and 42 minutes, is a comedy / sci-fi / adventure / action. All right, this is one of mine, so I will look one of the abundance of good reviews.
Yes, and I will start searching through the
for some shitty one. 90% from critics. Is surprising. Bodes well for us, me.
For
My
reals.
last few has been horrendous.
I think this will finally break your streak.
Here's hoping. We thought the same thing about Spaceballs. Not that it was a complete clunker, but it was not as good, anywhere near as good as I remembered.
Same. And that was a my pick, so that was my... I find that my shitty picks are always just like, it was fine, but not great.
Not great, but it wasn't too bad.
When mine, like, this is like
my shitty picks
trash.
Are shit. Like, yeah, shit on fire. Well, here's one that's from not too long ago. Galaxy Quest is as funny and entertaining today as it was 25 years ago. So this was a few years old, but that bodes well. Silent Magazine, Jake Cole.
Matt Brenson from Film Frenzy said, "The idea behind Galaxy Quest is a terrific one. It's just too bad the movie never quite fulfills its promise or its premise." 2.5 out of 4.
Jason Carroll from the Radio Times gives it 5 out of 5. Cleverly executed, and the character is so beautifully fleshed out that it not only succeeds as a Trek spoof, as satire on the acting profession, and a parody of science fiction fans, but also as an engaging original space saga in its own right.
That's so nice. Okay, hold on. Let me find okay, there we go. James Sanford from Kalamazoo Gazette said, "More frequently than not, however, the screenplay by David Howard and Robert Gordon opts for safe and bland over satiric, leaving us with a movie that's watchable, but frustrating since it's so rife with unexplored potential."
Charlotte Harrison from Charlotte Sometimes Goes to the Movies says, "This is one of the finest comedy films possibly ever. It's fantastically written, parodying fandom with much love and affection, and so well performed by the cast of total icons." No score, just she liked it.
Jay Webb from Dallas Morning News. "Each actor plays an actor playing the sci-fi characters. It's a bit difficult to keep track of who's who, and ultimately the characters are so underdeveloped, it's even more difficult to care." That feels harsh, Jay.
Yeah, a little harsh. Mike Massey, Gone with the Twins. "With such an entertaining cast and premise, it's no wonder the film has found a cult status that ironically mirrors its own satirizing of fandom and wanting stardom." 7 out of 10.
Joe Baltake from Sacramento Bee. "It's a film that falls far short of its potential, and during its dull moments, you can't help contemplating its assorted missed opportunities."
This will be my last one. 4 out of 5 from Rich Klein, Shadows on the Wall. "A cleverly written spoof adventure that more than rises to the occasion. Not only are the jokes dead on, but the story and characters actually work as a decent sci-fi movie, complete with superior special effects, a grisly villain, and even romance." Yeah, there's a lot here to go through.
Mark Caro from the Chicago Tribune. This will be my last one. "It's a clever premise, but not one that lends itself to an hour and 42 minutes of hijinks."
IMDb has over 191,000 user ratings, comes in at 7.4.
That's pretty much on par with like the audience ratings from Thing.
Yeah. All right. There's a lot of user ratings too. Okay, I will start with 10. Best movie ever. There we go. Atazimo gives it 10 out of 10 and says, "Above any expectation."
Second best Star Trek movie ever from W.H. Cernan. 9 out of 10.
What would be your first Star Trek? I'm just off subject now because I wouldn't. I'm not classifying Galaxy Quest as a Star Trek movie. But what would be your favorite? No. What's your favorite Star Trek? Or your
my
top
favorite
3?
One is for movies. First Contact.
See, I love. I kind of watched the original Star Trek when I was a kid on reruns on Saturday afternoons or whatever. But I really enjoyed The Next Generation much more.
Yeah.
But I like the older cast movies better than I like the
Next Gen movies.
The Next Gen movie, other than I love First Contact. That is
First Contact's my favorite. I love that one.
But I think like Wrath of Khan and Undiscovered Country, and then First Contact for me.
I could see that.
As a show, I would watch The Next Generation more than I would watch I like the original. It's fine. It's fun.
I am not that crazy about the original. I mean, it's fine. But I'm definitely either a Next Gen or a Voyager.
I like Voyager. I like Deep Space, and I never followed any of them. I watched them way after they were on TV. I never followed them.
I watched Next Gen and I think Voyager, Deep Space Nine to a point. But I watched them all when they were airing live.
Okay. Yeah, I remember some kids on the school bus. We're going home to watch Star Trek Next Generation tonight. Nerd.
I started watching Star Trek Next Gen when it first premiered. And now it's one of my comfort shows. So like Next Gen and Voyager are my comfort shows. And I still haven't really finished Deep Space Nine. I
don't know if I've watched all of Deep Space Nine. I've watched a lot of them, but I don't think I've watched it Completely.
But I also haven't watched the new Star Trek series because I'm like, I really need to just buckle down.
Which new one? All of them?
All of them. Like I watched some Discovery.
Yeah.
I think I watched most of the first
some
season.
of Strange New Worlds, which seems good. Now there's
Worlds
the one with the gay Klingon. I'm like, there's no gay Klingon.
What, the Academy?
Yeah.
You gotta get the gay Klingon. Gotta.
I'm out. I haven't watched
Klingon society is already just a little bit gay. I'm just saying.
The warrior.
Because they're all very, very close to each other. There's a lot of touching. There's a lot of, we're family, we're together, we're standing side by side. Klingons are already just
in the new Academy one, there seems to be a lot of chubby people. And
well, they're teaching at the Academy. They're not out there fighting things and running around like
they don't have Ozempic and Mounjaro in the future. Come on.
Or maybe they just have better body image. Anyway, sir, should you not be doing number 8?
Oh, yeah. Talk about Star Trek. Yeah, I could get lost in a Star Trek conversation.
For reals, it could go for days.
And pick a few episodes and I could go off. Anyways, where am I? 8. Yeah, entertains adults and kids alike, standing as one of the year's best family films. 8 out of 10.
So nice.
Yeah, nice ones.
I know you do. I know. Ooh, great parody and entertaining movie. Deluvain, 7 out of 10.
Pyrosiki T gives it 6 out of 10 and says 2 halves don't always make a whole.
Oh. Likeable actors in a very mediocre movie. Bob Denver, 5 out of 10.
Embley gives it 4 out of 10, says I laughed, I cried. Well, no, I laughed.
Oh, Quest to Lose This in Any Galaxy. Anaconda 40658, 3 out of 10.
Even if I like the movie, I prefer the shitty reviews. 1 joke, 2 hours. They're not space heroes. They're actors. 2 out of 10. Doe Bud.
Thought it was supposed to be funny. Joy Vest, 1 out of 10.
Is there a lot of... Oh, there's a couple. Yeah.
There's a couple, yeah. Not like a super amount.
Well, the poster, I'm kind of... If you Google the Galaxy Quest movie poster, I think it's the one with the ship coming out of the TV. I do not remember this poster.
Yeah.
I remember the one where the 3 of them are standing there. And that's the DVD cover. That I remember. But I like the one where it's coming out of the TV. The 3 actors.
Cool.
That's a very cool poster. And then, of course, the one I have on the DVD, my 4K here, is actually Sigourney Weaver's in the middle, but you got the main bad guy, you got the ship, you got the 3 moron aliens.
Oh, God.
I remember them being so stupid and funny.
Enrico Colantoni is one of my favorite actors of all time.
He's really good. Like, he's a great character actor. And he plays the leader,
so
right?
Unserious. Yeah, he is so unserious. So he jumps in. He's in it. Whatever character he's playing, he is in it. Yeah. And I love it.
Okay, so here are the taglines. Never give up, never surrender, which is the catchphrase of the show in the movie. A comedy of galactic proportions.
That's good.
Acting like heroes may not be enough.
Ooh, that one's really good.
From out of work actors to outer space heroes. The show has been canceled, but the adventure has only begun.
I mean, not bad. I like that one.
All right. So we did the reviews. We did the poster. We got everything, right? Did we miss anything? I don't think so.
Taglines, poster, reviews.
The budget.
No.
The box office.
Budget,
yeah,
box
opening at
good.
7th. That kind of threw me.
Yeah, but if you look at everything Talented Mr. Ripley had so much press. People were obsessed.
And if you were I did not see this in the movie theater. I did not go see
Oh,
this.
no, neither did I.
No. I do remember renting it from Blockbuster, and I remember loving it that way. But yeah, I never even occurred to me to go watch this in the movie theater.
Yeah.
All right. Let's share this trailer.
In the far reaches of the galaxy, a civilization is under siege.
We are all that is left.
They've searched the universe for a leader.
Stay tuned for scenes from next week's Galaxy Quest.
Never give up, never surrender.
He will save us.
What they got
Never give up and never surrender.
were struggling TV actors.
You are our last hope.
Where's my limo?
Okie dokie.
And they're about to put on a command performance 8 million light years away.
We are actors, not astronauts.
You are our protectors.
That was a hell of a thing.
Now,
Laredo, take us out.
You gotta move to the right.
Would you sit your ass down? You want to drive this to...
acting like heroes
The whole thing was just a misunderstanding.
may not be enough.
They look like little children. Hi, little guy.
Not bad.
DreamWorks Pictures presents Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Galaxy Quest.
You're just gonna have to kill it.
Well, go for the mouth, the throat, his vulnerable spots.
It's a rock, it doesn't have any vulnerable spots!
I think I'm going to like it.
I like it too. One of the best things about that trailer is I realized that they didn't use all of the best parts right in the trailer. I mean, they did use a lot of good parts, but a lot of the stuff that I remember is not in there. No, it looks good. I'm actually really excited, but I hope so. Like I said, I fucking bought it.
No, I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I have not seen. When's the last time you saw this movie?
Honestly,
It's been a while now that I saw the trailer.
Time ago.
Yeah,
Wait, I can't even.
mid 2000s maybe.
Probably mid to late 2000s.
I watched it a few times, but after that,
watched it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Like I didn't watch it multiple times.
Now I'm wondering
But-
why.
I mean,
But it looks good. The reviews are good.
yeah,
Come on, after like Hot Dog and
incredible cast.
Hot Dog the movie and Red Sonja, I need
It's
a
got to be
winner.
better.
Even
It's
the
gotta
one
be
I
your-
picked, Good the Gray, was so fucking depressing.
I know that was sad. That was sad.
So I need a win.
You need something that's going to entertain us.
All right. Well, we both think we're gonna like it, so we're gonna head out and watch this. And when we get back, we are gonna review it. Yay!
Woo!
You heard them. Movie time. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat. And then watch a classic kick-ass movie from whenever the one we're about to watch was made.
And welcome back. Did you watch 1999's Galaxy Quest?
I did indeed.
And what's your initial thoughts?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell a story time. So I had to watch this movie, hopefully, so that we could record this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it after I get home from work. I stayed a little later at work, got home a little later, but I turned on Galaxy Quest, rented it and everything. And then I felt like I was watching it and I was like, am I missing parts? And I had to keep rewinding because I realized I was falling asleep during it. And I was like, oh, I must just be tired from work. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it tomorrow morning when I wake up. because, whatever, we'll adjust times. I was like, I'll watch it tomorrow morning. So then I woke up in the morning and I watched it and I was like, no, this movie was putting me to sleep. It was helping to put me to sleep. Yes. So
you didn't like it?
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just that I was like, You know how sometimes you watch stuff about like conventions and nerdy things and you can just tell it was written by a super nerd?
Yeah.
Because there's love that comes through. Like, I didn't feel the love. And I was like, And I mean, Tim Allen does get on my nerves. And I think I like the casting of everybody else more than I like the casting of Tim Allen. Like, he was fine as like the douchebag TV star.
Yeah.
I mean, fitting. But I don't know. There was just something that lacked in it where I was like, it was fine to watch. It was kind of fun. Like, it was okay. But I was like, I don't think I want to watch that again. It's just, I was like, it was okay. It was fine. I laughed a couple times. I mean, I don't think it's set for my sense of humor. And it's funny because the parts that I think kind of hit a little harder was Sam Rockwell's character. Guy.
Guy was awesome.
Guy was amazing. I laughed at him probably the most. Alan Rickman, with some of his like moments, I was like, oh, that's fucking funny. Like there were some times where I was like, Sigourney Weaver, God bless. Like, she played that character so well, and I was just like, I feel for you, girl. I feel for you. She's like, I have one goddamn job. This show.
Yeah.
Let me do it. And I was like, fuck yeah. Let her have what she wants, damn it. Justin Long was kind of funny as like the super obsessed fan who's kind of crazy, but then tries to pretend that he's not crazy, but then he ends up crazy again. And I love that. But overall, I mean, there was just a bunch of stuff that I was kind of like, like it, and a lot of it was very meh for me, but it did have shining moments. And that's my thoughts on Galaxy Quest. What are your thoughts? Is it as good as you remember?
I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was friggin' hilarious. I'm going to actually say that this movie is a perfect movie. I'm not saying it's the funniest movie, and I'm not saying it's the best science fiction movie. For what it claimed to be, a kind of Star Trek spoof comedy space adventure, it delivered. It absolutely delivered. I thought it was hilarious. I loved every time Tony Shalhoub, when they were actually showing parts from the show, the way he squinted his eyes because he was supposed to be Asian. Oh, fuck, I couldn't. And he was supposed to be I saw an actual clip where he was saying he was supposed to be high. Apparently there's two versions of this movie. There is an R-rated version. Okay, so I posted it on 4K Physical, a couple movie groups on Facebook. I said, I haven't seen this movie in like 20 years. The people that I had over 200 comments of people that just fucking lambasted me for not even watching it for 20 years. They were just like, how the fuck can you not? There were a handful, and by handful, I think maybe 4 or 5, because of the 3 groups I posted on, I probably got about 400 or 500 comments. Maybe not quite that much, but I did get a lot. And I can only remember 4, maybe 5 people that said it was all right.
Yeah, I think I'm with them.
2 people hated the movie. That was it. 2 did not like the movie. 1 liked this movie that was done prior that he thinks Galaxy Quest stole from. It's called Captain Zoom, The Adventures of Captain Zoom. It is from early 1990s.
Okay.
Has some actual actors in it. And same idea.
I'm curious now.
Yeah. If you go on IMDb, it's there, and there's some notable actors. And then, but everyone else that didn't, it was okay. A lot of them said, I don't love it as much as people here seem to love it. But the people that liked it really, really liked it.
And I understand. Like when I was watching it, I was like, I get why it's a cult classic. Yeah. Like, I get why there are rabid fans for it. Like, I get it. I didn't experience that, but I could objectively look at it and be like, okay, yeah, I see why people would absolutely go fucking nuts for this movie. Like, I get it. I just didn't feel it.
See, and I am a Tim Allen fan. So I
Yeah,
don't.
see,
So
and I'm
he
not.
was, and he played a great douchebag.
He plays an incredible douchebag, and I feel bad that I left Tony Shalhoub out of my celebrating of the actors.
Oh fuck. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Sorry,
Yeah, no,
because he
because when
goes.
you
He's supposed to
mentioned
be
him,
high.
oh yeah, that's right. That was
That's where I got off the rails a bit.
yes, it's
Oh, go
okay.
ahead.
No, but it was funny because when you said apparently there are two versions, one where he's supposed to be high and and I was like, really? Because I kind of got the vibe that he was like checked out.
Yeah.
And like he would just kind of show up every once in a while through the movie. And I was like, I could tell this is someone who's just like, oh, is this what I'm supposed to do now? I thought it was just disinterest. But now that you say he's supposed to be high, I'm like, that makes so much more sense.
The
Like
part where he had
to
all the Doritos on him and the guy
Yes.
who's saying this stuff and Tommy, he's like, oh, what are you high? He's eating this Doritos.
I think like for me, it just felt like he almost felt like, okay, so you know those actors, they exist. They're at conventions who they just show up because they feel like they're
get some
supposed
money.
to.
Yeah,
Gets
and
them some money.
They make
It's
all right
their-
money going to these conventions.
No, you can make
10,
really
15
great
bucks,
money.
$100
Yeah.
whatever.
And if your line is long enough, you're taking home a tiny little sum. Also, a lot of them get their accommodations paid for.
Yeah.
You know, so there are no like outward expenses.
Well, the
if you're a
soup
big enough
Nazi
draw.
from Seinfeld for years went to conventions and made money. And he was only
Yeah.
in one fucking episode.
But he had an
But
impact
a
on the culture.
great episode. Yeah.
I don't even like Seinfeld, but I like that episode.
No soup for you.
Because as everybody's like losing their minds, I'm like, I don't know. His asks are perfectly reasonable. I don't understand. But I also worked in food service. So I was like, I'm with you, Soup Nazi. I'm with you. But yeah, no, like I got it as just like an actor who had kind of given up on life. Like he was like, he did this one big thing.
Yeah.
And then he was just kind of like, I'm just going to keep riding it until I retire. Like, that's it. Until they stop asking me to come, I'm just going to show up. That's how I read it. Now that you're saying there's a version where he's like explicitly supposed to be high, I was like, man, if they had just had him like take a couple tokes off of a joint, this would have made more sense. I just thought he had given up on life.
Well, a bunch of people from Movie Talks and 4K, these Facebook groups that I posted on, a bunch of people, like I saw a bunch of times at different times where people said there is an R-rated version. Sigourney Weaver's probably supposedly talked about it. Like that when she goes, when they get the instructions from Justin Long to go to the main thing, and it's all those things coming down, and her first reaction is, fuck that. But that line got, and apparently there's a whole bunch of them. They wanted a PG-friendly family movie.
I think I might have liked the R-rated version more.
Probably.
Yeah,
I would like to see it because it could probably a lot funnier.
Probably. But I mean, it wasn't a bad movie, and it was like a well-made movie.
Yes.
I personally thought Tim Allen was kind of phoning it in. I was just like, you're not douchey enough. I need you to be a little douchier. But I was like, it's an acceptable level of douche, so it doesn't like affect the movie. But it was one of those things where I was just like, it's good. I understand why people are obsessed with it. I just didn't feel the magic.
I even like Tommy. He was the kid driver.
Yes. Oh,
but like
my God.
when they're driving through the minefield, and he basically by the end just has given up, and he's just screaming like a girl with his arms flailing, and no one's steering the ship. I mean, and Alan Rickman, who hates his character so much, but refuses to take off his, even when he's at home talking to Sigourney Weaver, he has it on.
Yeah, he's still wearing it on. He's still
That's
wearing
his only identity, but he hates it so much. You can argue a bunch of people steal like lines. They have great lines. Like even Sigourney Weaver has great lines, and she looked fantastic, by the way.
Sigourney Weaver.
I love
looks
how
fantastic.
her shirt, her thing starts zipped up, and by the end of the movie, it is all the way down, and
down to her belly
breasts are
button,
heaving, like it would in an actual sci-fi movie.
Like, this is actually really terrible, but at one point, I was like, "Oh, her tits are out! Wow, that's a really pretty bra." I was like, "Where'd she get that from? It's a great color."
She wore it because she knew her character. Her breasts were eventually going to be shown.
Yeah, but I mean that's sci-fi.
Yeah, but exactly.
They're slowly but surely figuring out women are people.
Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, Sigourney Weaver, everyone had lines that stole the scene, but Sam Rockwell, oh my God.
His character was my absolute favorite. I'm like, I want his story.
I want the little ones where they're walking to go to that job and the ladies like, get away. Like, you live with your mom. And so he's trying to pick up this girl in the back in the background. Even little things like that. The thing like, why are you opening the door? We don't know if it's breathable air. And he's like holding his breath.
There's the one point when I love this because they were talking about him when they were in the spaceship. And they were like, no, you're going to make it. And he's like, you guys don't even know my last name. And one of them was like, you don't even know if I have a last name. And then I waited for the end of the credits and it's Guy Fleegman. I'm like, he has a last name.
He does have a last
name.
Guy
Fleegman as, oh God, what was it? Because he actually got a role instead of just the guy, crewman.
At the end? Yeah.
At the end when they were doing their reboot. And I was like, that's
I
funny.
love it when
that's funny.
The captain is like, we're gonna do the same plan from episode 81, and then Guy's like, what did you say? Episode 81? I die in that.
There were some really nice moments, like, okay, because it was one of those where I was like, I enjoyed watching it. Am I ever going to say to myself, I'm feeling like Galaxy Quest today? No, I'm not.
Oh.
But am I ever going to tell anyone to not watch it? No, I'm also not going to do that. I'm like, I think I understand it. I understand the appeal of it. It's just not my vibe.
Like those little green
some
aliens?
Magic in there. The little.
When he asked Tony Shalhoub, he's like, "Do they look like? Could they be the miners?" And he's like, "Yeah, they look like
they all look like they're."
And he's like, "Not fucking miners,
miners." And he's like, "You lost me."
They disappear, and Gwen's like, "Let's get out of here before they kill Guy." That's they all expect Guy to die.
No, that's how it goes.
Yeah. No,
the aliens turned TV into real life, so they were like, "Guy's gonna die."
I even got emotional when they captured what's his name, the main good guy alien. Though, my God, they were great. Like Enrico
Colantoni, Enrico Colantoni.
And the main bad guy is like, "Tell him you're an actor," and he goes, "Explain it to him like he's a child," and he gets so crushed. He gets
so sad,
and I'm like, "Oh my God, am I feeling emotion?"
You know what was hilarious? So the villain, what Streesus? I don't know. They kept saying his name. What was his name? Saris. There we go. Saris. Anyways, so he's torturing.
Yeah.
Mathesar. And I'm like, oh no, but he's so childlike. All of these aliens are very childlike.
Yes.
So I feel bad for all. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. And then I felt even worse because I was like, this is very sad. I was like, oh no, this is terrible. Then
the one that died?
No. That one. Don't even get me started.
Who just idolized Al Rickman's character?
Yeah. It's like, oh, at least you died in your idol's arms.
Yeah.
Although
and he gave him the line. He delivered the line.
Yes, he delivered the line.
The only time in this show perfectly. Everything else was like when they were doing the ribbon cutting thing. He was all mad. He had to do the line by Thor's hammer or whatever. You can't beat these savings.
Oh my God. Alan Rickman did disdain like nobody else.
Oh,
like it was.
They picked the perfect actor for that.
So good, so good. But anyways, when he's physically getting tortured, I'm like, oh no, this sucks to watch. But then when he's being told that his entire world is based on fiction,
yeah,
I was like, that was crushing to me, and I was like, oh God, do we have to tell him? Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
But at the end, he thought it was just a joke to trick Saris.
Yeah. It was like strategy.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, kid. But yeah, no, it was all right.
And he
I don't think it
stole
needed
the show.
To be an hour and 42 minutes, but
yeah, no. See, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I can't believe I waited this long. All right, well, let's go over.
Okay, let's get into it.
Go over the movie. Okay. The cast of the 1980s space adventure series Galaxy Quest attend fan conventions and make trivial promotional appearances. Though the series' vain former star, Jason Nesmith, thrives on the attention, his co-stars, Gwen DeMarco, Alexander Dane, Fred Kwan, and Tommy Weber, resent him and their stalled careers. Yeah, he has actually not a bad home. And I'm wondering how close this was to Star Trek with William Shatner. Because I'm sure William Shatner, well, like, I mean, he has that giant ranch and he's fucking flying around space and writing books. And
well, William Shatner has multiple avenues of revenue. He's like, I'm famous now. Let me make all the famous things. So he has books, he has TV shows, he has documentaries, he's in there voiceovers. Like,
oh, he's got a great voice too. Yeah.
He's got a great voice. So he's in there for everything. Do I think he was paid a little bit more than the rest of the cast? Probably, yes. Probably. Do I think he was paid that much more? No, because I hate to say it, but nobody really supported Star Trek, the original series.
No, it didn't do very well.
Crash and burn. It didn't do very well. Definitely the first season.
Yeah.
So everybody just thought it was going to be done. And then I think they got a second season because I think there's only like 3 seasons of the first series, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they shot the pilot with a different captain and they aired it. It didn't get picked up or something like that. And then it aired over the summer and then it got a whole bunch of viewership. But they changed the captain to, the Strange New Worlds, that captain that ends
Captain Pike.
Captain Pike is the actual captain in the pilot.
Yeah.
And then they bring in Captain Kirk, blah, blah, blah. But it only lasted for 3 seasons. Then the movies.
Yeah.
But it became a cult phenomenon after.
Yeah, I think the movies actually only began once Star Trek started becoming that kind of like cultural novel. Like it was so novelty. Like it was when they were like, oh, there were a lot of Star Trek fans. There was a Trekkie like Star Wars fight
convention thing. Oh yeah, and then there was that.
Like
and
there was a battling of the fandoms, which was hilarious to me. I'm like, can't you like both?
Yeah, why? I like both.
I like both too. I'm more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars fan. It's not Star Wars' fault. It's just I happen to like Brave New Worlds and diseases and more aliens and not fighting every day. Like sometimes it's just about science and it's nice. But anyways, but yeah, no, it became like bigger, but it became its own phenomenon, which is really great, which then spawns things like Galaxy Quest and gives us so much material.
Yeah. At a convention, a group calling themselves Thermians, is that what they're? Thermians?
Yeah,
approaches
Thermians.
Jason for help. Thinking they want him for a promotional appearance, he agrees. Jason also overhears 2 attendees mocking him and the fans. Despondent, he brusquely dismisses other fans, including Brandon, before going home and drink and watch reruns of the series. The next morning, when the Thermians pick him up, a hungover, they got him his
limo.
His limo. Jason does not grasp that they are actual aliens who have transported him to a working recreation of the Galaxy Quest starship, the NSEA Protector. Jason believes he is on a set, because he passes out before they leave.
Yeah.
And performs in character as he confronts the Thermians' enemy, Ceres, who demands the Omega-13, a secret super weapon with unknown capabilities. I love that they recreated this weapon without actually fucking knowing what it does. But because it was on the show.
I'm like, these aliens are fucking genius, but they really are very childlike. I'm like, they're very much like child savants. Because I'm like, you can make all of this, but you're like, I don't know what it actually does. I'm like, then why would you make it?
Mentioned but never used in the show's finale. Giving perfunctory orders, Jason fires on and temporarily defeats Ceres, then leaves. After the grateful Thermians transport him back to Earth, that was funny when he's like, I want to go home. They put him in the transport. And the thing opens.
He's like, where's my limo?
Looking at the universe, and he's like, what the? And that I just have to say, when the other ones get that gooey stuff and transport it to the ship. And it's all silent and they're all terrified. And then Sam Rockwell just starts screaming.
I'm telling you right now, he is the hidden gem of this entire movie. From start to finish, everything he does is magic. And I'm like, thank you, Sam Rockwell. Thank you.
Well, he's got that new one out. I don't know if I want to pay $20 or whatever to rent it or buy it. What is it that Good Luck? Oh, fuck me.
Oh, right.
Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Looks awesome. Where he plays this guy and he keeps coming back and back and back and keeps failing. Anyways, Sam Rockwell's awesome. Jason realizes the experience was real and attempts to convince the other cast members. In his excitement, Jason bumps into Brandon again, accidentally swapping Brandon's toy communicator with a real one Jason acquired from the Thermians. When one of the Thermians, Lalari, seeks Jason's help again, the cast join him, along with the convention MC Guy, who has played an ill-fated extra in one episode. Aboard the Protector, the cast learned that the Thermians, who possess no concept of fiction, believe the episodes of Galaxy Quest when they're going over and they're asking about different shows and like Gilligan's Island, they all get sad. They're like, oh, those poor people.
Oh, those poor people. Yeah, no, moments like that were amazing. It's like, so you did Gilligan's Island? Oh, those poor people.
The episodes of Galaxy Quest are true historical documents inspired by the crew's adventures. They have based their society on the virtues exposed by the show. Sam returns and demands. Saris returns. I need glasses, I think. Saris returns and demands the Omega 13 device. He attacks the Protector again, and the ship barely escapes through the magnetic minefield. However, the ship's power source, a beryllium sphere, is severely damaged. The humans travel to a nearby planet and take a replacement sphere from a ferocious, childlike alien miners. This was good.
That was, but I've watched enough nature documentaries that when that little mini injured alien started like dragging itself over to I was like, oh no, you're gonna die. And then that was the one that got eaten. Although it was fun when they talked about eating
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just start chanting rock.
Hit this one with a rock and then we'll eat him.
Yeah. And then he thinks that the big bad thing is that little weird alien.
Yeah, no.
Oh, when they're like, beam me up. Well, we never really tested it. And they beam that alien up and it's turned inside out.
Yeah, the little alien pig.
And then Tim Allen, and they're like, we can't tell him that. And Tim Allen's like, the communicator's on. I can fucking hear you. Do not beam me up.
It's like he's inside. It's inside out, and then it explodes, and it exploded.
Did I just hear you guys say it exploded? Jason is temporarily left behind and fends off a rock creature until Fred beams him up. Back on the Protector, the crew discovers that Saris has seized the ship. After Jason confesses they are just actors, Saris forces him to explain the truth to the disillusioned Thermian leader, Mathazar. Saris activates the Protector's self-destruct mechanism and returns to his ship. Yeah, when they have to go through that maze of like stuff to get to the turn off switch, like she's like, whoever wrote this episode should die.
And I do love it because that's when they also call in Justin Long's character, Brandon, and he gathers all the nerd friends, and he's like, guys, we need to help some people who are on a ship. The ship, let's go. And they're all very helpful. And I mean, these are the things that people really notice when they're watching these shows.
Oh, yeah. Like some
people.
Like
the super fans, I'm like, God bless.
My friend's father was a Star Trek super fan, but he had like the whole Star Trek plans for like every room.
Yeah.
If it was a bathroom, if it was a bedroom, if it was like he had the whole blueprints for all the ships and stuff. I'm like, gee, just so you can go around and look at it. And I'm like, wow, nerd.
No, because a lot of times I don't understand the floor plan on the ships.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, if engineering is on this floor and then you're taking that, like, how did you get to 10-4?
Jason and Gwen contact Brandon via the swap communicator, and Brandon and his superfan friends guide them to abort the self-destruct sequence. Brandon also explains that the Omega 13 is either a universe-destroying bomb or a matter rearranger, that sends the user 13 seconds back in time. Meanwhile, Alexander leads a Thermian revolt against Ceres, forces and takes back control of the Protector. With renewed confidence, the crew challenges Ceres. I do like when Tony Shalhoub, when they got everything right, the Thermians, and he's like, good job, boys. Good job, everybody. Come on, group hug. Group hug. You're doing great.
See, but stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, he was high, obviously.
Yeah, he was obviously high.
But when you're watching it without that context, you're like, oh, he's just a soft little bunny.
Oh, him squinting his eyes every time the camera came on. Fuck. Ceres and draws his ship into the magnetic minefield, destroying... Oh, yeah, so he goes through the minefield, and then he comes racing back at Ceres' ship, dragging all those mines with them.
Yep.
And it destroys it. As they return to Earth, Ceres, who narrowly escaped the ship's destruction, ambushes them on the bridge and fatally wounds several crew members. Jason activates the Omega-13, which sends everyone 13 seconds back in time, allowing Jason and Mathazar to thwart Ceres before he attacks. The Protector's bridge separates from the main vessel to return the humans to Earth, while the main vessel carries the Thermians into interstellar space. The Protector's bridge crashes into the Galaxy Quest convention, and the Dazed cast emerges to the cheers of their fans. Yeah, when Guy walks through, and another guy. Fucking random dude.
It was fantastic. That was really good, though. I like that because the super fans came through with the Roman candles.
Yeah.
To like kind of guide in the ship. Ship goes crashing through. And it honestly, if I was at a convention and that happened, I'd be like, this is so cool.
Oh, I like when Tim Allen's like, Brandon, and that cuts and he's taking out the garbage because the mom's yelling at him. And he's like, God, you have no idea how serious this thing I'm doing is. Ceres awakens and levels his gun at the cast, but Jason shoots and destroys him. The crowd assumes it was all a display of special effects and cheers wildly. Jason, with newfound humility, invites his co-stars to share the stage with him, and the crew basks in their newfound glory. Sometime later, Galaxy Quest is revived as a sequel series. Galaxy Quest: The Journey continues, with the cast reprising their roles alongside Guy and Lalalar as the new cast members. And that is our movie.
Okay, before we start talking about, I just want to point out one thing. Jason, when he's like in a fight, the rolling, the little somersaults. Awesome. Oh, and someone says, does the rolling help or the tumbling help? And he's like, yeah, actually it does.
He's all dusty and dirty and only moved 2 extra feet.
Exactly.
All right, what's your score?
My score is a rent it. It wasn't a movie that I would be obsessed with, but I can definitely see why people are obsessed with it. I can see where the love can come in. It just wasn't my vibe, or at least not my obsession vibe. But I mean, this is a fun little movie, and if I was going over to a friend's house and she said, hey, put on Galaxy Quest, I'd be like, yeah, all right, sure, I'll watch it again. I don't think I would initiate a rewatch, but if it was on TV, I'd stop and watch for a bit, sure. There are a lot of highlights. The cast is really great. There are some very funny moments in it. It just fell a little flat for me, but I do think it is still worth a watch, especially because you don't know, you might be part of the untapped super fandom of this movie and you just haven't seen it before, or you haven't seen it in 20 years and you forgot how much you loved it. Like, it's worth a revisit or an initial visit. Like, it's a fun movie. I thought it was okay. It was good. I'd probably give this, I don't know, a 6. It was fine.
6?
I'm not super thrilled with it, but I mean, it was entertaining.
I have to start why I was doing this. Well, so your IMDb is a 6?
Yeah, my IMDb is a 6.
See, I got to start being more honest, because I was looking at, I'm like, I gave like Better Off Dead 6. Yeah, nice. And I'm looking at, I when I went back to look, I gave it a 6. And I said 2 of that's for nostalgia, but I have to be honest, it was a 5. And Spaceballs, although I still laughed at parts, I gave it a 6.5. It's a 5.5 at best. Still, I didn't hate it. I still enjoyed it. Kind of like you with this. It was still funny. It still made me laugh. It just wasn't as great as I remembered. All right. So my score, I did buy it beforehand.
Yes.
I bought the 4K. If you remember liking Galaxy Quest, have no fear. You're still going to love this movie. And if you haven't watched it in a long time, like me, you're probably going to be wondering why. This movie is pretty close to perfect. From the spot-on opening to when that opening with the old show was perfect, to satisfying ending, everything just works. Every plot thread gets explored and wrapped up nicely. Maybe that's because the story is very simple, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Simple or not, this movie is packaged perfectly. You also couldn't cast it better. The ensemble is stellar, with everyone taking turns stealing scenes and delivering great dialogue. Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, and Sam Rockwell are all fantastic. I would lean closer to Sam Rockwell stealing the most scenes. And the clearly underrated, and like he's clearly the underrated, because it's exactly the kind of movie that he does well in. I'm also a big Sam Rockwell fan. The dialogue is quick and funny, and even the 1999 special effects still hold up surprisingly well. Sure, some of it looks a little campy and cartoony, but with the subject matter and the alien characters playing everything completely straight, it actually works in the movie's favor. In fact, parts of it still look better than some modern sci-fi. If you know nothing about Star Trek, you could still find that maybe a fun, silly adventure about a group of washed-up actors rediscovering their worth while accidentally saving the galaxy. But if you know even a little bit about Star Trek, its cast, and the fandom surrounding it, this movie becomes something even better. It's a loving parody that absolutely nails the tone. It's well told, it looks great, the acting is on another level for a comedy like this, and most importantly, it's just fun. My IMDb score is a 10. The movie promised a wink at Star Trek and its fandom while delivering a genuinely funny sci-fi adventure, and it absolutely delivers. Again, I'm not saying it's the funniest movie, I'm not saying it's the best science fiction. For what it is a perfect movie. Buy it. This is worth the 4K or Blu-ray purchase. Honestly, even an old DVD pack with bonus features would be worth having on the shelf. My final verdict is Galaxy Quest holds up so well, it's almost unfair. Somewhere out there, a few real sci-fi franchises wish they were this good. I remember liking Galaxy Quest, and turns out I still absolutely love it. I'm not naming any names, new Star Trek shows. Meow. I'm being a little bitchy. A little bit of cat scratch in there. And to be fair, I haven't watched the newest one, so that's not fair. It might be great, who knows. But the ones that I have been watching, yeah. Fuck off. Brave New World is okay. I will say that. I don't mind that one's pretty good. I don't mind that one.
I still haven't made it to the new Star Treks. Like, I watched Discovery, I think it was.
Yeah, which
Discovery.
Just wasn't
I watched
Star Trek
first few episodes.
To me.
See, it still feels very Star Trek-y to me. But I'm like, as long as it's set in the world and you adhere to like the main principles of Star Trek, I'm like, I'm good. You can explore because it's a huge universe.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, show me all the facets. But then when they came out with Picard, I was like, oh,
I did watch
this
Picard.
Feels like a go. I was like, this feels like a goodbye to Picard, and I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for that.
It is.
So then I just rewatched Next Gen. So I was like, thanks. I'm gonna go back to when Picard
and
is
they bring
young and
everybody
spry, but
back
still looks
for
70.
Picard.
I know, season. And that's another thing that I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
It was awesome, and then you're like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
They aren't going to do this again.
Then there was another one.
Brave New World, Picard,
Brave New World,
Discovery,
came out
and now
after that.
Starfleet
and now
Academy.
Academy.
That's one I haven't watched any of yet.
Yeah, people are complaining that one's too woke. And I'm like, did anybody watch Star Trek? Did anybody?
That was woke enough. Stop.
It's already super woke. It is
no, when you have gay Klingons and fat people in Star Trek, you're like, come on. You want to see me in a captain's chair? Yeah, the fat engineer that no one's paying attention to. Scotty?
You do not talk about Scotty like that.
Big fat Scottish bastard.
He was also Canadian.
Yeah.
He's was like, he? Yeah, he was Canadian. He was.
I don't think we could do it. Well, get off your fat ass and try to do it better, Scotty.
Hey, he always did it. All right. Don't talk about fucking Scotty like that.
Actually, by like Star Trek movies, they were all getting a little chunky.
That's because they could all pay their bills and buy groceries.
Yeah.
It's so funny because if you watch like Next Gen, Jonathan Frakes, Oh, Riker. He starts out mad slim and skinny. Then he just slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And like he's not like a super big man, but you can tell I'm like, you're also not struggling for work.
Well, I noticed they didn't have the one-piece onesies that formed to their bodies. They were getting more of the shirts that kind of went over those heavy shirts that went over the bellies. Yeah, the jackets.
They had jackets. I was like, oh, we're not jumpering it anymore. Yeah. This is nice.
Someone's taking advantage of the replicators. You little fatzos. No, I love this movie. Like I said, there are funnier movies. There are better science fiction movies. But for a comedy sci-fi, it nailed it. It's a perfect movie. Like, there are perfect movies out there. Doesn't mean they're the best movie. It's just, it's hard for me to give this movie, if I'm going to call it perfect, I can't give it a 7.
Well, because here's the thing. No, by all means, give it a 10. Here's the thing. Even in, like, where I was like, it's fine, I still don't think it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, there are no red flags to it. I'm like, it's just not my jam.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people said on the Facebook groups. They're like, I liked it. I don't think these lunatics, I don't like as much as these lunatics do, but it was okay.
It's just certain movies and certain TV shows hit people in the right spot and latch onto them. This movie just didn't do that to me. Like, it was good, but just not great.
I'm going to take it as a win because I don't have a lot of them.
No, you take it as a win, my friend. You take this one as a win.
Because I think I only have this, Trading Places, and then the Gray, we both liked, but we're severely depressed
so sad
afterwards.
It was, was it Love Boat that I watched to wash my brain?
No, the island, the reality.
Love Island. Yes.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. I was like, oh man, I need to wash my brain of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. I'm not going to be watching anytime soon.
Oh no, it was an incredible movie.
Oh yeah, but it was sad.
Yeah.
Too sad.
That is not hey, I got a few free hours on a Saturday afternoon. What do I want to watch? I'm going out to dinner with friends later. Nobody's picking the Gray.
No.
Otherwise, you walk into dinner just being like, why does everybody have to die?
All right, so that's Galaxy Quest. We have a 10, a 6, a rent, and a buy. All right. Anything else you want to add to the Galaxy Quest?
Nope, I'm good. I'm good. It was fine.
Well, thanks for coming back to 1999 and going over Galaxy Quest. And until the next movie we remember liking.
Congratulations. You just had one of your childhood movie memories vindicated. Or they just eviscerated it. I don't know. This is a generic one-size-fits-all type of ending to the podcast. So thank you for listening, and please join Anna and Jimmy next time for another episode of the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. If you dare to go back and watch that movie you remember liking,